ahead of tonight's big game. Justin, what do we know about this team from Hawaii so far? And,
wait a minute.
you know what? This is the most important thing right here. You're going to do it.
He's changed his sled.
Oh, yeah. What is that? Did you go to Home Depot or what?
Yeah, well, no, I robbed a 5-year-old out here. Just kidding. This is like the Rolls Royce of sleds out here at the Lamade Field, in my opinion. I have more friends. Once again, you say we're going to be on TV, and they come running. They love being on TV. Have you been down this before?
Yes.
What is this fun?
Yes.
What's so fun about it?
If you fall, then you have more fun.
It's fun if you fall, but not if you're 34 years old like me, right? Okay. Now, give me a tip here.
Just stay on and have fun and get a good push.
Okay. You guys ready to roll?
Yep.
We have to do this before we get going. We have to do this because, yes, every time we've done it, Lake Mary has won. And the one time we didn't do it, they lost. So this is for my boys in black and yellow tonight who are getting ready to play in just about 30 minutes. So I'll tell you more about the team from Hawaii, who they're playing, once I make it down there. Fingers crossed for us, guys. Let's go. Let's go, friends. 3, 2, 1.
Hi,
tell you
Justin
what.
Warmoth. Best one yet.
I'll tell you what. I have learned that it is all about that sled. I mean, that thing.
That's like a Cadillac.
You took a Barca-Lounger down.
I was kind of scared. Daniel, can you come over here? Because look what I was kind of looking at. I was
wow.
getting a little too close to the flower bed and the concrete that follows. So I was like, ooh, normally that's not a problem because I'm off like halfway down.
Right.
We have video from previous attempts. If you haven't seen it, I do want to show you the progression here because I think the more you do it, the better you get because it was, I don't know, pretty pathetic.
Yeah, you went about 12 feet
the
first time.
I barely got going. It was better yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. Better yesterday.
Yes.
And then today, that's the problem is that has been scooped up. Oh no, it's right there. You guys hold on to that. Yeah, hold on to that, and then don't give it to anyone because I'm gonna need that tomorrow when Lake Mary beats Hawaii tonight. So, gosh, I'm ready to go again, kind of. I get the sensation a little bit. That was a lot of fun.
You're really feeling it now.
So more about Hawaii. Really feeling it. More about Hawaii. And more about this game, really. The loser goes home. The winner goes on to play and survive another day. So whoever wins this game tonight plays the team from Nevada. And whoever wins that game plays in the U.S. Championship for the Little League World Series. So 2 more wins away, and we are right there in the ship where all these boys have been striving and putting in the hard work throughout this entire summer. It's all 2 games away now, and I think that's been the message from Coach, and it's gotten through to these players. They don't lack confidence. You both know that. You've heard them on the interviews. You've watched them play. They don't necessarily need pep talks, but I think they are loose once again, and they're ready to play this team from Hawaii. On the mound for Lake Mary tonight is a lefty. His name's Jacob Bibo. He's thrown a couple of innings so far here in Williamsport, but he's not one of their top guys, but Coach has so much faith in him that he is throwing him out there first. And I'm liking it because Jacob Bibo is the kind of guy, and I think you guys will see this tonight. He may not throw the hardest, but boy, he comes right at you. He's not scared of anybody, and he challenges all the hitters. And he's going to have to challenge this Hawaii team, who is a pretty good team. 4 teams left, including our guys from Lake Mary. We'll see who are in the top 3 tonight around 9 o'clock when this game ends.
All right.
Justin, I heard 5 things you said
I
because
know.
I've been watching the kids behind
There's
you
a
about to
whole
take your legs out.
Broadway show going on behind you right now.
Guys, it is TV cameras. It's crack to these kids. They are obsessed with being on TV. All you got to say is, who wants to be on TV?
Oh, yeah.
And they come running from the other side of the hill because look how far the hill goes down. I mean, you got way more action over there.
Yeah,
but they've been coming over here because
You've got the camera.
they saw the
Yeah.
6.
It looks like so
baby.
much fun. I feel like I'd love to
like
take
fun.
my kids out there. The kids just out there
That's
off
awesome.
their screens, just going down a
Go
hill.
lock up your ride, Justin.
Oh, I love that.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
you
need it again before
better
somebody
keep
takes
that
it.
thing handy.
Great job. Oh yeah, there it is.
My guy from Southeast, we're going to hide this in the bushes, right, boys? How did I do, though? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seen better. Anyway, that was a lot of fun, and I did it again for Lake Mary, so we can hopefully pull out a win tonight, and then I can do it once again at 6:30 tomorrow.
All right,
Looking
feeling good
forward
about
to
a
it.
W. Thanks, Justin.
Take your ibuprofen. All right, thank you. Well, tonight's game against the team from Hawaii representing the West starts at 7 o'clock. Make sure you watch News 6 at 11 tonight to get all the results.
Some wild video into our newsroom. Here's another perspective of that water spout on Lake Jessup this afternoon. That thing is clear as day. Popped up after some strong storms raced through the area in Seminole County. This was sent in by viewer Quick Twitch, cool name, on clickorlando.com/pins. Remember, when you have good video or pictures, just pin it. And especially if it looks like
If it looks like this, it's getting on the air.
It's not maybe. We're putting it on the air. Let's get you over to Jonathan Kagas. Jonathan, what does that mean about the conditions today that thing was able to pop up?
Yeah, just a little bit of wind shear. The lake certainly helped that. So as soon as it went back over the land, it dissipated. It's the little friction, the changing of between the land and the water. There's a little bit of wind shear in the atmosphere today, but not a good tornado-producing day. Good for the storms anyway. But that's why that kind of spun up just right up in here in northern Seminole County. Right now, we have some thunderstorms out there, likely not going to produce what we saw earlier this morning. That was about just after 11 o'clock this morning. Coming out of Haines City, working into Kissimmee, Claremont, we were watching this big thunderstorm just south of us, really fizzling out quick. We have a couple of lightning strikes also fizzling out as they move out of Osceola County. A few light showers over Cape Canaveral, over Port Canaveral, right into Rockledge, Satellite Beach. We have a couple of light showers lingering after some heavier thunderstorms rolled through that green box that you see on your screen there. One just popped up on command. That is another flood advisory that was just issued by the National Weather Service because of these slow-moving thunderstorms. So poor drainage areas and areas that are more in the city that typically don't drain well. Again, just be on the lookout for some potential flooding there as you're driving. Never drive through those flooded roadways, guys.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Get Pinpoint Weather on the go, plus use live interactive radar with our free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app. Just search WKMG in your app store.
Take a live look now at our Launch Credit Union camera at Port Canaveral. It's beautiful out
like
there,
that.
right? Where for the second time in just a few months, leaders are changing the plans to build another cruise terminal. Now, today's decision to go back on the cruise terminal plan comes after a May warning from the state.
Yeah, they said it would impact the expansion of facilities that serve the space industry and could put federal infrastructure money, both current and future, at risk. Can be a lot of money. News 6's James Sparvero is back at the port to tell us why now it's back to the drawing board.
So last week I told you how Port Canaveral was facing funding losses over its plan to transform this cargo berth, which the state of Florida says is important to space operations, into housing cruise ships. So then at this morning's commission meeting, the port voted to backtrack those plans. When the meeting was over, we asked Captain John Murray, so what now?
We know you wanted to open a new terminal in about 2 years. Do you think that's still possible?
No. James, we're going to take a look at everything. I think we're at a point now that we have to look with a fresh eye. We've been very, very focused on balancing between space, recreation, marinas, restaurants, you name it, everything that makes Port Canaveral what it is.
And I checked with Captain Murray, and he told me again that the port will not be renewing the lease of the Cape Marina, which expires in 2026. The marina's been in Dylan Houck's family for 3 generations, 48 years, Dylan.
Yes.
How much does that hurt?
Oh, it is incredibly painful. Just the memories here, the people here, it's a tremendous loss to the community.
Now that you have to move forward, what would you like to see the port do here?
Let us build a new dry stack here, renew our lease under the terms of redevelopment, and they can start building their terminal on the south side so they can satisfy now their space partners along with their cruise partners. We understand that there are competing interests, but we've been here for 48 years and we think we know how to do it best.
Back to Captain Murray. I also asked him a question for those of you who I know locally who do not want to see a new terminal built at all. those of you who think the port's overcrowded now with big ships.
What would you say to them if they were to tell you, we've got enough business, you make enough money at the port, can't you just leave things the status quo for now?
I think if you canvass a wider population, you'll find that there are more yays than nays on the port's business and our growth. You know, we bring a lot back to this community, to Central Florida, and to the state as a whole.
At Port Canaveral, Brevard County, I'm James Sparvero, Getting Results News 6.
Man, it's booming out there. You made a good point earlier talking about, 2013, we didn't know what was going to happen with space.
The ghost town.
Now it's competing with the cruise ships.
It's kind of a good problem to have. They're just going to have to figure it out.
Only so much space right there.
Well, what do you think is more important to Brevard County? We have a poll at clickorlando.com/react. You can select beaches, space, or the port. So far, most people, and this has changed since we did it earlier today, are now saying space. The beaches had 50% and port had 50%. Space had nothing.
Right.
So maybe our poll was broken and it's working now. Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you work in space, which a lot of people out there do.
Correct. So thank you for taking that poll. All right, so let's take a look at what's trending right now on Central Florida's #1 news website. That, of course, is clickorlando.com. If you live in Apopka and you were maybe smelling bleach earlier today, it wasn't your imagination. This is probably why. Orange County Fire Rescue says a semi-truck right there overturned and spilled 33,000 gallons of bleach onto the road. The good news is that stretch of road is really clean right now. This happened near the corner of Apopka Boulevard and Orange Blossom Trail. Several state agencies responded to this, including the Environmental Protection Division. A spokesperson for the fire department tells us no injuries have been reported as a result of this, and hopefully no animals or anybody was hurt.
Not good for the environment, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's really not.
But that's what the green room smells like when you're done with it. You like the bleach.
I love
that,
but it's safe.
Yeah, it is. It's good for you. All right, here's some of the other top stories online right now. A former dictator's home. Okay, it was a mix in my teleprompter. It says dictators. So the home has been sold in Daytona Beach. Fulgencio Batista, the former president of Cuba, had a vacation home in Daytona in the 40s and 50s. It was also the home to a pretty cool Cuban art collection. And the pumpkin spice is here.
No, we're still sweating.
Get on the train. It's starting to feel like fall everywhere else but Florida. Here, though, we have a different kind of season. Spiders, apparently. August and September, spider mating season here in Florida. I don't even understand how that works. So don't be worried if you see more creepy crawlies in your home. Somebody sees a spider.
That's all I'm worried about right now.
Is it like this in your house? If somebody sees a spider, I have 4 ladies who live there. It is like stage 5 emergency. Call Dad.
But take it outside. You don't kill it, right? You gently
kill
remove
a spider?
Yeah, you gently remove it.
No, I squash spiders.
We're going to move on now.
It's goodbye, spider.
Terrible. Well, a local sheriff's office got an infusion of cash, all to fight hate crimes.
Yeah, coming up, we'll show you how they're using it to bring their community together as one. That's in tonight's Protecting Our Community report. Plus, now that the primaries are over, what do you do with all those political signs? We have some ideas. You're watching News 6 at 6:30, getting results for you live on News 6 Plus. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Wednesday evening traffic alert. I-4. It'll be an active construction zone pretty much all of Seminole. No big shutdowns, but you just need to be cautious while you're out there. And then, of course, the same thing I talk about almost every day I give to you guys, 417 Moss Park down to Narcoossee. Now, over the next few weeks, you'll start to see some other construction spots pop up, but please just focus overnight, especially throughout Central Florida as you're driving. I'm Trooper Steve with the News 6 Traffic Alert. Drive safely. I'll catch you in the morning.
Here's a live look over Daytona Beach from our Daytona Toyota DeLand Kia camera. Looks pretty great out there. I'm loving it. Decent amount of little specks, little people out
Not
there.
bad.
Enjoying the beach. We have Jonathan Kagas. Kind of a dicey day for a lot of folks, though.
Absolutely, yeah. We have the storms out there early. It'll be kind of a carbon copy again tomorrow. If you're out early side of the day, watch for those storms to come back, all because of a stalled frontal system that we have working its way across Central Florida, really North Florida, and we have the byproduct of all those storms. Right now, we still have some rain south of Orlando. We were watching a heavier cell, a bigger cell, right around Claremont, Mineola. Some scattered downpours around the Four Corners region. We also have a flood advisory that was just issued the last time that we were on the air with you guys. Kissimmee to St. Cloud, just south of us, we have that heavier rain. Palm Bay, we have a couple of light showers north. Scattered downpour is going to continue tonight, lifting to the north. That's when we change our wind direction. Then early tomorrow morning, we're going to have the opportunity to get things started by 8 o'clock, especially around Polk County, coming into Southern Lake and Osceola, and then really working south of Orlando. There we are in Palm Bay and Nemico, Rockledge. We have a couple of showers around. And then later on to the evenings, this is going to work our way back in waves here with scattered downpours coming through. There is we go once we get into Friday morning at 6 o'clock. Gorgeous sunset here. We still have some clouds in the foreground, but things are looking pretty nice for us in and around Port Canaveral. That's our launch credit union camera this evening. Temperatures back to the upper 70s. Still have a few of those light showers around as well. 90 right now in Daytona Beach. We're at 79 in Sanford, 77 in Kissimmee. We're still hanging around 90 in Wildwood, Bushnell, Nobleton. Good evening at Claremont. We're back to 85 degrees. Tomorrow we're pushing 90, 88 in Bithlo. Now here's a look at your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Temperatures again going to be a touch cooler. The humidity still cranked up, though. No new development expected over the next 7 days in the tropics. Obviously, some good news there. The water temperatures are juiced, though. Certainly nothing that's coming off of Africa right now expected to materialize in the short term. Of course, the peak is right around the corner. We're climatologically speaking anyway in the peak, really August 20th through October 10th. That's when most of the storms really develop. All right, we're about 10 minutes away from the Little League World Series continuing here. Lake Mary and Williamsport, of course, a couple of showers around. Most of the rain mainly north of the ball field right now. Temperatures back to the mid-60s with a few scattered showers around during game time. Hopefully nothing's too heavy to delay the game. We will see the opportunity for more heavy rain coming back into the picture tomorrow with a 70% shot for those thunderstorms. Again, working their way on the earlier side of the day, too. Friday, 70% shot. That continues right on through your weekend. Temperatures, guys, staying in the low 90s.
All right, Jonathan, thanks. Well, tonight a sheriff's office fights back against the hate directed at Jewish people here in Central Florida. Flagler County has among the fewest hate crimes, but they've increased their exponentially in the past couple of years.
Yeah, the sheriff's office recently received a $355,000 federal grant to prevent future hate crimes. News 6 anchor Eric Von Anken is seeing how the sheriff is spending the money and protecting our community.
Sheriff's office, don't move! Sheriff's office, don't move! This past June, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office and its real-time crime center went on high alert when they first encountered a man in the street in Palm Coast throwing bottles at them. He locked himself inside his house for 7 hours while crime analysts say they discovered his online claims of sovereign citizenship and threats of suicide by cop, according to the sheriff, who gave us this body camera video.
Nobody even asked me if I was God.
Eventually, they arrested the man and confiscated his 7 guns.
Any bombs in the house? Guns, booby traps?
Yes, I am the President of the United States.
What about
The Flagler County Sheriff says there was no indication of a hate crime in this situation, but they always worry about escalation, what somebody with radical beliefs or mental illness might do next.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office used to track hate crime incidents and suspects manually, but now you're doing it with software. In fact, we're here at the Real-Time Crime Center at the Sheriff's Office with Commander Joe Barilli. Commander, you are the head of the Homeland Security section here at the Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
You brought in this software that does this automatically for you now.
Yes, it makes it uniformed on how we can track, request any kind of workups, and then going forward, keep an eye on monitoring any individuals of concern or any possible hate crimes.
And that's what this is in front of us here.
This is actually our routing and tracking software that we've just starting to implement. They can simply create a new request and they'll have a drop down. One of them here is suspected of a hate crime. They'll go ahead and fill out these fields. It'll then get routed to our lead analyst, our supervisor of the crime center, and then it will get disseminated to our criminal intelligence unit.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley, this was very important to you. You looked for this grant because you wanted to prevent any more hate crimes from happening here.
Correct. So our county has a checkered history in the past, being the last county in Florida to desegregate the school system. So, you know, we've had hate crimes here. If you look at the history of Flagler County, since I've been sheriff, we've had 4 hate crimes, 1 in 2018, 3 in 2022. So we've been escalating. We have a 50-year-old Jewish community in this county, and it's very active. And these kind of crimes just really undermine that community and put fear in them. And we don't want that in our community.
How was it before? You did, first of all, you didn't have a program. Secondly,
No.
you didn't have a drop-down box
No.
that says suspected hate crime.
It was either a phone call to our criminal intelligence unit or an email to look into someone.
And the reason this is so important is because historically we've seen with suspects who commit hate crimes, they escalate.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And this could prevent that?
Absolutely.
Besides the new tracking software, the Sheriff's Office is also using the grant money to pay for things like overtime for threat assessments at the religious organizations within the county, and also for security and surveillance when requested, which is happening more and more. Protecting our community in Flagler County, Eric Von Anken getting results. News 6.
All right, now that the primary is over, we're turning our attention to those political signs you've been seeing everywhere.
Everywhere. News 6's Jarrell Baker shows us how some companies are working to keep them out of our landfills.
No matter which candidate you support this election season, all signs are welcome here.
Let's be real. The political signs are the highest volume contributor to the waste that goes into the landfill.
Several companies like Pure Cycle are partnering with the League of Women Voters and Seminole County to collect political signs.
There are 200 billion pounds of new polypropylene produced every single year.
Dustin Olson with Pure Cycle says those signs are made of polypropylene. With their technology, Pure Cycle can clean them off and convert them into sustainable recycled material, which can be used for almost anything.
If you just get inside of your car and you think about the polypropylene that's around you, the dashboard might be made out of polypropylene, the door panel might be made out of, the carpet might be made out of polypropylene.
Now I'm in the plant and I'm going to just show you quickly a little bit of the material that's out here, right?
News Cycle, who's collecting signs in Orlando and Winter Park, says they'll chop up those signs and combine them with foam, wood, and other materials to create fuel.
This is broken down what's called an EnviroFuel Cube, EFC we call it. The EnviroFuel Cube carries, and you can see me peeling it apart now, it's cardboard and paper and plastic and wood blended. And what it does is it replaces coal.
CEO Mark Barish says the cubes are 80% carbon neutral and a cleaner alternative to coal. They also have the added benefit of keeping these materials out of landfills. In Orlando, Jarrell Baker getting results, News 6.
I mean, when you think about it, it's a lot of stuff.
It really is. It'd be nice if we could just do away with those things altogether.
Let's go digital.
Yeah, right? All right, well, if you haven't heard, we've been taking our newscasts on the road, listening to your concerns. Melbourne, you're the next stop. Before we bring you the news live there next month, we want to know which stories you want us to cover. Go to clickorlando.com/hitstheroad right now and fill out our form.
And you can also take out your phone, scan the QR code, and click the link. That will take you directly to our Hits the Road page. No topic is off limits, really. Tell us your concerns or what you love about the area. We really look forward to hearing from you.
Well, your pet might be making you sick. The warning from the CDC about small turtles, that is coming up.
Coming up in the morning, one local city looking to slow down drivers.
That's right, where the speed limit could soon be lowered on dozens of roads and when homeowners will get a chance to sound off on the proposal.
Plus your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 Mornings, 5 to 7 a.m.
Yo, what up, Mike?
We have a strange warning for you from the CDC. Small turtles are being blamed for a salmonella outbreak across 21 states.
And notice that the CDC has received about 50 reports of salmonella cases. Nearly half of the people had to go to the hospital, and they involved kids younger than 5. Florida saw the highest number of cases nationwide. The CDC says they have these tips for you. Only buy turtles with shells longer than 4 inches. And get them.
Measure your turtles, people. This is the weirdest story of the day, for sure.
Get them from a pet store. Always wash your hands around those pets and pick the right pet for your family. Turtles are not recommended for kids younger than 5, adults older than 65, or for people with a weaker immune system. I tell you, it is no joke. I got sick from someone touching a turtle and then touching me, got salmonella, a couple of days. It's not a pretty sight.
So it wasn't even just the person dealing with the turtle.
It was secondhand salmonella.
Secondhand salmonella. That would be a great movie title. Of course, we posted all the safety information about these turtles in this story on clickorlando.com, even though I'm sure about a fraction of a percentage of you have ever owned a turtle.
But see how tiny that one is right there? The one my nephew played with was a lot bigger because it was around a lake. And
Amazing.
He didn't know. He was just a kid.
One of those tiny little things could have you just wrapped around a toilet puking for.
It is really, it was green
Was it
for
days?
a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not a good sight.
All right. I guess
no more of that information.
Hey, this is
Wrap
gross.
Yummy.
Thanks for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online anytime on our News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
Remember, we break news at clickorlando.com.
Wrap it up, man.
We're wrapping. All right, fine. We're done.